Now that we talked about what a reference angle is, let's find some reference angles. So, first one we have here would be 7 pi over 6. That is 6 over 6 would be 1. So this is larger than 1, takes us into the third quadrant. So if I have 7 pi over 6, I'm going to take the angle, which is 7 pi over 6 minus pi, which in order to have the same denominator would be 6 over 6. So I'm going to end up with a reference angle of pi over 6. Okay. 5 pi over 9 is not quite, so you have to think of it in terms of, is it close to 1? Is it close to 2 wholes? 5 pi over 9 isn't quite a whole. 9 over 9 would be a whole. So 5 pi over 9 is going to take us into the second quadrant. It's going to take us up here, so we have to figure out what's left over from pi minus 5 pi over 9. So we're going to have 9 pi over 9 minus 5 pi over 9. We're going to have a reference angle of 4 pi over 9. We can do this with radians or degrees. So we just did 2 radian examples. Now let's look at some degree examples. If we have 330 degrees is going to take us all the way around into this fourth quadrant. So I'm going to use these 2 rules right here. So 360 would be a full circle, but I only have 330 degrees. So I'm going to take 360 minus 330 and get a reference angle of 30 degrees. And I haven't talked about what happens with negatives, but if I have a negative angle, and here I am going negative 50 degrees, I'm going to take negative 50 degrees and we're going to have in there into the fourth quadrant. Well, if I drop that to this is what 50 degrees was, so this ends up having a reference angle of 50 degrees because it's what drops up to the x-axis to make this right triangle.